am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and the 2026 season update file with Aston Martin. Tonight, we are heading to Italy, to Monza. Damn it. Game crashed. I tried to change the graphical settings, and it has crashed the game. And it's crashed it again. It's working fine a moment ago. I spent the last half an hour, last 45 minutes testing mods, making sure that everything was working. And as soon as we go live, nope. It's completely frozen up. So I'm going to need to pop the task manager to kill it here. Oh, why? Let's downgrade DirectX to DirectX 11, I think. See if that works a little bit smoother. That's what we were running yesterday. I went to 12 today, and it doesn't seem to like 12 without, for some reason. I don't know why. Yes, off to a good start indeed, Dino. Ah, dear, oh dear. Let's hope switching back to 11 solves all the issues. Hey, we made it to HQ. Looks like we solved it. So, let's get the camera on. How you doing, everybody? Good to see you all. Welcome back to our 2026 playthrough with Aston Martin. It is round 13 tonight. Unlucky for some, as we've already seen with the stream refusing to work properly here at the start. But we are underway. It is 3 days to go until the Grand Prix. We have got our pit crew training to get done. And I don't know if we've got any new mods on the car here. Any new mods, any new upgrades on the car. Can't remember if we actually got any started. I don't think we did. No, look, they've only just completed. So A, we don't have the money, B, we don't have the time either to get them out from Monza. But they will be on the car for Baku, all of them, which will be nice. So, they can see all three of the upgrades. The underfloor, sidebars and suspension have just finished. Minimum build time for any one of those is going to be 7 days. So we're not looking until here until we get those parts. There's the front wing, the rear wing that's currently still in development. And then we've got a nice 2-week gap from that point until we get to Baku. So we get some money right after this Grand Prix as well. You can see our sponsor payment comes through, as well as a vote on regulations for next season. So going to be busy after this Grand Prix. We're getting stuff ready for next week. Let's take a quick jump back to the home page. Evening, Eric. Good to see you. And let's jump into our pit crew training and let's get that started. So let's strip everything out. Starting fatigue nice and low. We are going to go with full gym training because it will not count the first day or the second day, I don't think. It's counted a bit, but we've gone down to 0 in time for Monza. And then when we come out of Monza, we're going to be at 10% on the second day, so we'll drop in a day of car building there. Go with some split training and again here go. Drop that one down, drop that one down. Let's go here. We'll go on the Monday with some car building, and we'll do 2 days of car building. And then finish the week off with splits, so we can work on skills and speed. Because we're going into a Grand Prix the week after, we will carry on an extra day. And now it's starting early. It's starting on a Thursday because it's a Saturday race. And we are carrying just a little bit too much fatigue in, so let's dial that down like that. That'll take us to 9 to 0, perfect. And then through the weekend, come on out here, and then back to some training, and we'll go full-on speed training to round out the last couple of days here. And then I don't think we're going back to back. So half a day of skill training in. And we can always strip that out in a second if we need to. Let's confirm those changes. Go ahead and do that. Let me check the calendar. Is it back to back? No, it's not. So we'll go into a fresh week before the next Grand Prix. That's good. So that's some time. Dive into the inbox, and there goes our design center improvements. So it was the right decision to spend that money and that million that we had and drop a new research project in to get that boost on the side pods before we lost it. It's a shame we didn't have more money that we could have then filled it out with extra projects before it went away, but at least this research will get that extra little boost from the design center. It has now closed those extra slots and we're back to normal development now. Shame it's gone, but we'll see what happens. So there you can see we've lost the ability to hire up to 15 engineers, back to a maximum of 10 now. Capacity's down to a maximum of 4, and the effectiveness has dropped from 150% back to its full level of 100. So yeah, a bit of a shame we couldn't get more out of it, because we just didn't have the money, unfortunately, to really maximize it. It fell at an awkward time. We'd already spent a bunch of cash, then it dropped. We had to wait a couple of weeks till we get some money before we could then spend some, fill up most of the slots, if not all of them, and then, yeah, if it had dropped just at the beginning of a large sponsorship payment, that would have been perfect, because we could have maxed it all out, 6 slots, and then done that again before it went away. But maybe one day we'll get that perfect timing. So let's take a look at our car. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Everything looks terrible. Dirty air tolerance 17th. It's not too bad, I suppose. At least it's not an orange bar. Engine cooling's pretty good. Speed's terrible. Straight line mode is terrible. All of our downforce is terrible. It's still a bad car. It's still a very bad car. There's no disputing that, unfortunately. But let's see how we stack up against the teams that we are fighting against. We've been fighting with Tadlat. They are 1.5 kilometers an hour faster than us. That is a worry for this circuit. They've got better acceleration than us. They've got 10% more straight mode effectiveness than us. We actually beat them in the medium speed. They just edge us out in the low speed and in the high speed. We're slightly better, and I do mean slightly better in dirty air than them. They've got much better tyre wear, nearly 13% better tyre wear, but their engines are cooking themselves alive. Only 36% engine cooling compared to our 46%. Ours is terrible. Theirs is, abominable. So I do want to see, because Audi have got the second weakest engine, and only just better than ours. Let's see what their speed looks like. Oh yeah, it's still 1.4 kilometers an hour faster than us. Bugger. All right, so yeah, we still have a huge amount of work to do. And let's set some targets. Going to play it a little safe. 18th for Alonso, because I think he can get in front of people and hold them back. But we are going to go 21st for Ricciardo, because otherwise we're relying on more than one retirement, I think. And with that, we're off to Monza.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the Italian Grand Prix. Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend?
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. And while there are plenty of rounds left, the teams know their time is slowly running out.
Let's get this underway.
Got a nice little shot of our brand new Kimi model there as well. Let's see if we see anybody else this weekend. I have tried to sort out the issue with the McLaren helmets, where they were both very, very similar. I wanted to get them changed over. And I spent the last half an hour banging my head against my desk trying to figure out why it wasn't working. And I think it's because we're running that special livery for McLaren tonight. So hopefully, once I take that off after tonight, I will actually be able to sort out the driver helmet issue. Because I was only getting one helmet to actually apply and not the other one. Very strange. So, yeah. Right. Weather-wise, I forgot to actually check what our temperature was going to be. Whether it was going to be hot or cold or whatever. Probably going to be on the warmer side. We've got clouds today, but a 25-degree ambient temperature. And then Saturday and Sunday, we've got clear skies. So, could get quite toasty. Potentially. Let's sort out the run plan. We want to go with 20 laps of fuel. It's more than we'll need, but gives us a nice good run if we call them in early and send them back out again, which we invariably will do. Let's put the practice engines in. Go. Did I do the pace settings? Yes, I did. Right, let's do a setup for Fernando, shall we? And I think I might put a rookie in the car today. We haven't done that yet. Let's do that. Let's give one of the rookies a run out. Let's go with a 1.5, a 9. Gonna need a little bit more front wing by the look of it, maybe. Go with a 2.5. Evening, Bill. We're going to go with a 1.9. I'm going to go with quite a high-ish toe. And I'm going to bring the camber down just a touch like that. Let's see how we get on with that. And then if we go over to Ricciardo's car, let's see, who do we want to stick in the car? Let's put Mari Boyer in the car, and we'll get a run out for Taito as well. There we go. We'll give both of our rookies a run here. I'll go with those two because they are both on driver development, whereas the other ones are on either commercial or sponsorship. In fact, wondering, let's give Matilda a run. Matilda and Taito, our two youngest reserves. Car parts, we want to go with. Go with this engine over the weekend. Practice. We'll save the 21% really badly damaged engine for a sprint weekend, I think. And there we go. Now we need to do that setup, don't we? So again, we want the minimum rear wing. Let's go with a 1.5 there. Let's try a 2.8 on this one. And something like that. And now, we'll send out the rookies. And because it's the British Grand Prix this weekend, and because it is such a nice livery, we are, as I said, running that special McLaren tribute livery tonight, a day before the British Grand Prix, because we've already had our Silverstone. Matilda is modelling the dark green helmet with the wings, and Taito is modelling Daniel Ricciardo's stand-in helmet. Ollie Behrman, when he comes to us, will have his own Behrman-themed helmet that we'll be able to put on with Aston branding on it. Both drivers running 01 because they do not have a number. Right, avoid high-risk curves, avoid high-risk
Just be careful on exit curves.
There we go. Our times are going to be extremely slow, given that we are running 2 juniors, but we'll see what they can do. See if they can dial in the feedback nice and quickly for us. Track temperature 38.4, that's fine. It's when it starts getting up towards 50 degrees plus that it becomes a real problem around this circuit with the dirty air. And let's speed him up a bit until we get the McLaren on track. Oh, there we go. Oscar bringing it out. A reminder, we'll be doing a live sort of watch party for the Silverstone Grand Prix this weekend, for qualifying and for the Grand Prix. I will pop start reminders on the channel later this evening after the stream, so you'll be able to jump in, and it'll just be my webcam looking at me, looking at my TV. Watching and then chatting away with you guys while qualifying and the race are going on. So if you feel like stopping in and sort of watching the Grand Prix with me, then by all means you are free to do so. I'm not going to run any ads. It's just going to be as is. So you'll probably get one when you first join. That's YouTube doing its thing, but I won't manually add any ads in at all. It'll just be something for fun, and when it's gone, it's gone. It won't stay on the channel. Who knows? Maybe in the future, I might do some watch-alongs with some historical Grand Prix as well. But I figured, why not take the opportunity to actually do a live watch-along on the British Grand Prix, since it's on free-to-watch TV in the UK this weekend. Evening, yes. The McLaren livery looks so clean. Yes, this is the very, very nice livery done by CM Designs, who popped it out the day it was announced, or within 24 hours of it being announced. It was on Overtake, so you can get this right now for free, and it is a very, very, very nice livery. Comes with white driver suits as well. I do not believe it changes the team wear. So the team will still be in orange, but say we've got the livery, and the drivers will have nice white driver suits as well, which we should be able to see actually if we go in car. Yeah, there you can see the white gloves with the Gemini and the rainbow Alpine star. You can see the white legs poking through underneath the wheel. Very nicely done livery. Alright, let's speed him up. Let's get that feedback in from our rookies. We're at 4 out of 5 already with Matilda. Should be getting her feedback very, very soon. And there we go, 88% is not bad. Let's call her in. Alright, so we've got some work to do here. We've got too much toe. We are going to need to maybe tweak the camber. Let's take that down to a 3. With a small movement there, small movement there. Well, almost non-existent movement there, but there is a movement. Small movement there, a good size movement there. That stayed exactly where it is. Let's have a run at that and see if that makes any difference. We don't have to worry about track knowledge for these guys, so we can call them in literally the second they give us feedback on each run. Doesn't mean that our main drivers will have to run a little bit more. Well, no, they'll still do their normal amount of running, but it'll be more running overall for the car because we are running rookies. So let's have a look at Tiny Toe. He's at 4 out of 5 now. And there is that McLaren behind us. There it goes past us. Oh, Ollie Behrman's going to fall.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
And that partner's gone orange, so whatever the issue was, it is now getting replaced at the end of this section. And we can have a look and see which part it is that's getting replaced. Keeping a close eye on Behrman now for the rest of the season, given that he will be joining us next year. So the engine will get swapped out. He's already had a new gearbox today. Oh, this track hurts my soul to hear the engines lifting so much. I'm dreading watching Monza in reality this year. Watch the engine drop off. I haven't seen anything of practice so far yet. Practice 1 or practice 2, apart from the, well, saw some practice 1 highlights earlier today. I probably will watch practice 3 so I can try and see onboard shots of the car. See how much the driver's up with the lifting coast. Super clip. It's 10 miles an hour from hitting. Oh, God, it's a sprint, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I only saw practice 1. Shit. Alright, so it's going to be a busy stream day tomorrow then. I have not watched the sprint quali. So yeah, please no spoilers on the sprint quali. So there'll be 2 streams tomorrow, one for the sprint and one for main quali. Again, you can see the speed just slowly bleeding away. Oh, yeah, I'm dreading seeing what it actually looks like in reality at Monza this year. Oh, wow, Matilda's done and back out before we've even got feedback here from Taito. We should actually have our Cadillac driver helmets back as well now. So that should be Valtteri's helmet. Seeing what looks to be a bit of blue. Yes, there we go. That's Valtteri's helmet. You can even see the number 77 there on the back of his noggin. So Perez will have his helmet back as well. We just have to remember that we can't run the better team helmets for Cadillac unless
How is the balance?
one of the actual drivers leads the team. Right, it's called Taito
Copy
in.
that.
What are we looking like? Only 78%, so work needed there. Yeah, in the back of my mind, I knew it was a sprint, but I'm so used to it not being a sprint at Silverstone that you just went straight out again. Completely forgot all about it. I knew yesterday it was a sprint. Today, completely forgot.
Switch the pit limiter on, and you can stop on the marks, find pre-start revs, and then switch off.
Right. So, we're in the garage. Let's have a look. Alright, let's try doing that. We're going to need a touch more front wing by the look of it. Let's get to a 2.5. Let's bring this down a bit. I don't know. Let's do that and bring that down like that, and we'll give that a go. See how we get on with that. Let's see how much feedback we can get from Matilda before Carter's car is ready again. 1. 1, but almost 2. There's 2. Oh, the camera's off. There we go. Forgot to show you. It came yesterday before the stream. My Michelin cap has arrived. In fact, I'll go full screen on this one. Because it's just practice going on in the background. Alright, so Here is the rather funky Michelin cap with the laurels, and then we have the Michelin man on both sides, and then on the back we've got the laurels and Michelin.com, and underneath we've got the Michelin badge as well. Really, really nice. And this one was one of the more pricier caps at about £12, maybe 13. So yeah, very, very pleased. I've now got a podium cap for Bridgestone, for Michelin, and for Pirelli, which is nice, very nice. Right, let's get Matilda in. Let's go back to Mini-Me. And let's see what we need to change again. We didn't make much improvement with Matilda here. Not much at all. So definitely still some work to do. And once again, we're being hassled and harried by that special liveried McLaren. How you doing, Adrian? You're turning up quite early for these streams at the moment. It's great to see you in so early. I'm used to seeing you right as we're about to finish. So we have gone the wrong way, so that needs to be all the way up, which means this is going to need to come down. It can't be a 3 on the wing. No, it's got to be that. But I'm now a little worried about our traction. Hopefully that stays. But I mean, I can't squeeze that up any higher without breaking something else. Maybe if I drop the wing down and then bring that up. Do that. Now I'm pushing that further away. So yeah, it can't be that. Alright, I'm not convinced just from memory about these numbers whether that's going to work, but we shall see, I suppose. We're close to feedback from Taito. He's at 4 out of 5.
How's the balance?
It's got great. It's a nice little improvement.
Understood. Okay, box now.
And I've ordered some glue so I can try and see if it's possible to rebuild those smashed up Jordans.
Turn the pit limiter on. Stop on the marks, find pre-start rev, switch off.
Right, let's have a look. Ooh, 96, that's not too bad. Let's try bumping that up like that and see if that works. And that's us done for practice 1. Not much point sending them both back out for such a short period of time. Aston's still a second up. Yeah, Aston haven't got any upgrades coming until Hungary. So they're still, I think, bar maybe a minor little tweak that they've made here and there, I think they're still effectively running their launch car. When I say launch car, their race 1 car. Just, I think they've made a few minor adjustments. They've got a big upgrade package coming for the Hungaroring. So it'll be interesting to see if that does actually add significant performance or not. They need it to, if they want to keep Alonso. Because if it does bugger all, I think Alonso will announce his retirement. And then who's going to go there? Who's going to take that seat on? They're going to want somebody with experience to help turn that car around. They're not going to want a complete rookie, I don't think. But they might not have a choice. There might be no one might be willing to actually go there. I don't know. All right, there we go. Practice 1 is done. Let's pop a quick ad break in, and then we'll get underway with the rest of practice. Alright, here we are then with our main drivers now, ready for practice 2. Let's get them out and get them on the track, gaining some track knowledge, checking out this adjusted setup that we put on the car for each driver, and getting them prepped and ready for the race. Evening, Johnny.
Copy.
Once again, we're going to make sure that we're avoiding high-risk curves. What's the track temperature? Still 38.4.
Copy.
Stay off the curb, it unsettles the car.
Yep, understood.
See, with the removal on Behrman of that orange hazard symbol, he has now got a new engine to accompany that new gearbox that already went in. So he could have quite a bit of pace. Having gone from a knackered, falling apart engine to a brand new one for this race. Let's see if he gets a good result. Am I using the old radio UI? Am I? Ah, okay. So when I tried to install the McLaren livery, I was getting the driver suit popping up, but not the livery, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. And I even hopped on a quick Discord chat with CM Designs to figure it out. And I worked it out while we were doing it that when I got the update, the 1.2 update, I dragged and dropped it into my 2026 folder, and it ended up duplicating a load of folders, but in different places. So I went through and I spot cleaned and removed some of them, but it looks like I've removed the update and not the old files. So I will fix that. I will fix that for next week. I hadn't even noticed. That's what I'd done. Yeah, we are running the old radio. Look. All right, we've got an optimal feedback rating from Danny Rick. How good is it?
Yeah,
it's 100, and it's 100 for Alonso as well. Fantastic. Both drivers absolutely loving the changes, and we're at 46% plus 50 for the setup, so we're at 96% on both cars. We will put another set of mediums on, so that we have back 2 sets of mediums in this session. We'll send them out long enough to get that extra 4% that they need to get max confidence. And then that'll be it for practice. We won't need to run in practice 3 at all, which will be quite nice.
Understood.
Yeah, because when I went in and I put that livery in, I went in and to my 2026 mods,
Copy.
and then went into the 2026 modular files, and then went into the livery folder and put it in there, and I loaded it up and it wasn't working. I'm like, that's weird. So I even took the old livery out, which I shouldn't need to do. You can just drop it in on top of the other one, because it's spec'd in such a way that it takes priority and it loads that livery over the other one.
And white line, white line.
So you can have both in the same folder without it causing any issues. But as I backed out, I realised I had all the modular bits inside the 2026 modular folder outside the modular folder as well, and they're the ones that I went through and deleted, and turns out they were the update files. So got the livery working, but I've accidentally removed the wrong version of the update. It'll be an easy fix. I'll just take everything out and rebuild everything over the weekend. It'll take me a couple of minutes to do that. But we've already had some technical faffing about tonight, so I don't want to do it now. Let's just try and keep everything running smoothly. Right, 98%, getting close. A few more laps and we'll be there. There we go, 99. And there we go. We are prepped and ready. Let's call them in. Cadillacs is that? That is Perez. Yellow helmet. So, yeah, 100% prep. We are finished with Fernando, and we should be finished with Ricardo as well. And here he comes.
Daniel, pit line.
Switch the pit limiter on, and you can stop on the marks, find pre-start revs,
He's
and then
coming
switch
behind. Is that, yeah, that's one of the McLarens. And there we go, 100% prep there as well. Lovely stuff. All right. We'll whiz through the last 10 minutes of this session, and then we'll whiz straight through FP3 as well. ominously fast once again. If he gets that breakaway at the beginning of this Grand Prix, it's over. No one will be able to catch him. He is riding such a wave at the moment. Has been blitzing everybody. Ended up only winning by 1.5 seconds last night, but that's because we had a red flag with 4 laps to go. I don't think it would have been anyway. It definitely would have been anywhere near that close. He had lapped everybody up to, I think, P7 at that point. P8, something along those lines, before the red flag came out. There we go. Don't know if he'll lap at everybody like that again tonight. But,
Should be the green light.
Yeah, if he gets that breakaway and can just concentrate on his own race and not have to fight with anybody, then that'll be it. That'll be race over for everybody else. It'll be a comfortable George win. A little disappointed that it's been so one-sided and that we haven't seen Antonelli coming through. I didn't want to overboost him because he is still very young and it's got a very, very high development rate. So
I lost the gears shift.
gearbox issues starting to develop there for Valtteri. Just a temporary fault at the moment. But that might mean they'll be carrying a damaged gearbox into qualifying in the race. You see the track temperature has gone up to 44.5 degrees. Ambient temperature over 30, so it's going to be a difficult one for tyres. Dirty air is going to hurt. It's absolutely going to hurt. So I don't know whether or not we'll go for a two-stop here rather than a one. I think it might be smarter to go with a two-stop pace-wise, but by the same token, engines are going to get hot around this circuit. So maybe just protecting the tyres, protecting the engines is going to be the smarter call here. Let's see how we do in qualifying. See what tyre temps look like after just one flying lap, and what the wear rate looks like, and make our mind up from that. But, yeah, it could be a two-stop, could be a one-stop. If it's a one-stop, it'll be soft, medium. If it's a two-stop, it'll be soft, medium. If it's a one-stop, it's gearbox again.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Property doesn't want us to know, but it's gone orange. So yeah, that gearbox is going to get swapped out. Lucky boy Valtteri that it's happened here in practice and not in qualifying. Now over 45 degrees. Oh, we got to 45 and then immediately started to plummet down again. So yeah, if we go one stop, it'll probably be mediums and hards. Unless it's very, very hot, in which looking after Valtteri out. I think his gearbox just gave up completely.
Yeah, a terminal failure.
Oh, it did.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Gutting.
That's rare to see that. The gearbox went through all the stages of death in one go there. And it developed a fault, it escalated, and then it died very quickly. Very quickly indeed. Didn't even have a chance to make it back to the garage. Yeah, if it gets really hot, then we could maybe go soft medium or soft hard and get a decent first run. Maybe get a little bit of an undercut, but look after the tyres and maybe look after the fuel load a little bit as well. Keep the engine temps down. And then see how we do. Yeah, track temperature, right, air temperature plummeting as well, look. Absolutely dropping. Ibn cheese. It goes well. How about yourself? Here we go. That's it for practice. All right. Another quick break, and then we'll get qualifying underway.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
As we've already seen, Monza is a fast circuit. And it's no wonder the locals call it La Pista Magica, the magic track. For 80% of this lap, the cars are at full throttle, and the engines will need to give it everything they've got here in qualifying.
Here's Fernando Alonso. Big question, how have things been for him heading into this qualifying session?
Well, neither teammate has really managed to score well so far. Perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
Good point, Karun. Let's get on with qualifying.
It would help if I turn the mic on. How you doing, Petter? Good to see you. All right. Let's get these engine parts swapped over. Fine. You know what? No, we'll go with the 100% maximum power for this circuit. There we go. So, engine parts are swapped over. We should have 4 sets of softs, and there we go. Lovely, lovely. Let's hit the track and see just how slow we really are. Track temperature is 44.4 degrees. Hopefully we won't have any issues getting these tyres fired up. Not like we've had at some of the more recent tracks.
Try and work on the car a little bit.
Okay, understood.
Stiletto following us out as well. Alright. Australia, Egypt headed to extra time. Ricardo's tyres are definitely fired up. Whereabouts is he on the track? Oh, he's not even hit the Alona yet, so tyres will definitely not be a problem getting him up to temperature. 85 degrees is the switch on point with this compound. Couple more cars heading out. Sainz, Ocon, and now Lawson and Albon. Nice little bit of potential traffic into turn one here for Ricciardo.
You have nice tire temp now. Clear ahead. Remember, mode push.
Oh, that sound drop off is awful. Oh no, I hate it. I mean, I don't have to have it in. I chose to put that extra part of realistic racing in, but yeah, it just hurts to hear cars slowing down at this circuit. So we go past one of the Williams drivers. Red Bull with Liam Lawson. Ricciardo fractionally quicker than Alonso in that opening sector. There's the other Williams out the way. Carlos. And clean to the line now. So let's check with Alonso, see if he gets held up. Yeah, I hadn't heard that about the car development until somebody asked me about it a couple of days ago in the chat. And I said I've not heard of any issues with it, but the 1.2 update does apparently make car development easier, because Onion messaged me about it. Or he mentioned it to me when we were chatting about something else. But it does apparently need a new save, so what we'll do is potentially end up redoing season 1. I'm gonna have a bit more of a chat with the guys over the weekend and see just how much of a difference it will make.
Just watch him behind.
Restarting compared to not. So Bortoletto is 1.2 seconds quicker than us. Here comes Ocon. It's got Behrman potentially in the way here. Behrman moves clear as he approaches the Parabolica. Yeah, as I said, from what Onion was saying, it does seem that you need a new save to get the development issue sorted. Like I said, I didn't even know there was one. I hadn't heard anything about it until somebody asked me about it like 2 days ago, and then the second person this week has brought it up. Alright, let's see what Sainz can do. He goes top. Lando Norris is on a lap. Let's see if that new special livery for McLaren goes quick. Behrman just went 29.2 in the opening sector. It's just ahead of Norris, I think.
Daniel Pillow.
Turn the pit limiter on. Stop on the marks, find pre-start rev, switch off.
Box.
It's Ocon. So, yeah, Behrman's heading towards the Parabolica now. Behrman is quicker than Norris at the moment. Oh, he was. Norris a couple of tenths quicker in the middle sector. Behrman, of course, running a brand new engine and a brand new gearbox for this Grand Prix. Hockenberg crosses the line, goes to P8, splits our two drivers. That's Perez whizzing up behind Norris here. Norris goes top, 1:24.0. Perez goes to 10th, just ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Right, let's prep for another one. Let's see if we can do a slipstream run. Compared to Ricciardo. Looks like he's right behind. Yes, he is good.
Copy.
Right, so let's not fight teammate. Let's see if that works. Track temperature at 42.5 degrees. Might get a little bit hotter.
Copy.
Just hope we don't get somebody fast coming up behind us. Nope, we are. There goes Kimi. I don't want my drivers to get too close to each other. Which Ferrari is that behind us? It's Hamilton on an outlap. There he is. Nobody else is going to come through before we get there. Mic on. Russell just went purple in sector 1, a couple of tenths quicker than Kimi, who is top with the 1:23.8.
We're happy with tires. Good gap ahead. Go charge off, mode push.
It's a very quick time for Russell. So it's a little bit too close. We're not going to get the full slipstream benefit here. We did get a couple of tenths in the first sector, but now we're into the point where there's no real place to go. There's no space left. Look, we're as close as we can get without actually hitting him. So this hasn't quite worked because we got squashed up when Antonelli came through. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe the next run will be better.
P14. Press the in button.
Understood.
All right, Foamy. I'm going to ask you to stop bashing sector 33 because that seems to be all you seem to do in the chat now is come in, bash sector 33 and then bugger off again. I know you've got a personal beef with them. It doesn't need to be publicly dragged through a live stream chat. If you've got a beef with them, beef it with them directly.
Copy.
I don't know about Mr. Only's database being stable or not because Mr. Only
Daniel,
charges for his mods
And white line,
and the other guys
And
don't.
you can stop on the
So-
marks, find pre-start revs, and then switch off.
The fact that they do all of that and they put it out for everybody for free, and then if they do find any issues, they patch them and they fix them out, you know, I think that's fine. But I have read the chat, and the very first thing you did was pop in and you insulted the Sector 33 mod, and you know, boosted Mr. Only stuff, and then you did it again with the very next comment, and you did that yesterday, and you did that the day before as well. So, I mean, if that's all you're going to do is come in and drop some cryptic message, or you know, drop an insult on guys that you're beefing with because they had your liveries taken down off overtake, do it with them. Don't do it in my chat, or I will end up having to, you know, remove you from the chat. And I don't want to do that, you know. But you've got an issue with them, so have that issue out with them. I lost the stream through crashing. Yeah, that's not on their mod. That's on other mods that I was working with, you know. So it's not because of their database that my stream crashed. It's because of a graphics mod I was running. Yeah, the cryptic, you decided to quote Cantona at me yesterday, but for some reason, and I don't know why, you posted it in Italian. Did you not realise Cantona is French? So that was a very odd message to post. Let's send that Ricardo. There goes. Which Williams is that? That's Sykes. Give it another minute or two. Yeah, you also accused Sector 33 of stealing your liveries with the new 1.2 update. They didn't touch the liveries at all with the 1.2 update.
Try to get some brake
They
temp
changed
before you
a
start the
couple
lap.
of the models. They tweaked the Rebel
Okay,
model and they
understood.
tweaked the Ferrari model. Nothing to do with liveries. You're throwing out accusations, you know, just because you don't like them, and I don't want that in my chat. Like I said, I know you've got a beef with them. Take it up with them. Don't bring it here.
Copy.
Oh, he's stuck behind. Which Haas is that? It's Bearman. Is he on a lap? No, he's on an in-lap, so he'll get out of our way before we start pushing. Who's that in front of Ricardo? That is Hulkenberg on an in-lap. I'm way off, but that's my opinion.
Okay, yeah, you're doing a good job. You
Fair
have good
enough.
tire temps. Let's keep what we can. Clear ahead. I would start your push now. Yeah, go for it.
Oh man, is that which Alpine is that? Is that Colapinto? His lap just got absolutely screwed over there. Stuck between Behrman and Alonso. Here comes Ocon whizzing through. Right, we've got an improvement from Ricciardo in Sector 1. I can't see what it is because it's hidden by the radio. Where's Alonso? He's just starting the lap now. 29.4, it's not bad. We're just behind Bottas's time at the moment. Need to be good here in the final sector. Get out of the way, Red Bull, thank you. We'll be clean to the line from here on in. Quicker than Colapinto. Colapinto is done, he's out. Bottas is out. Perez is out. Lindblad does not cross the line in time to start his lap. He's out. Ricciardo doesn't improve enough. It's a 1.7. Not found about 2/10. You were in this chat about a month ago ranting and raving about why your mods got disappeared. When you first popped in my chat about a month ago, and you were very, very chatty and very, very friendly because, I don't know, just because I assumed that you were a nice, friendly guy. And then you were complaining about how your liveries have been taken off the website. And I've heard from Sector 33 that you accused them of stealing your liveries, and the reason they got the overtake to take the liveries down is because they accused you of stealing their livery. I've also seen your messages with a couple of other people where you've been going on about they should expect stuff to get stolen. Anyone who creates a mod should expect it to be stolen. Nothing is sacred, etc., etc. So I've heard from multiple sources that completely contradict what you're saying. And now my game's crashed. All right, this graphics mod is probably going to have to come off. And I think we're going to have to run qualifying again as well. I know it's the whole reason you set up your website as well, was because you wanted nothing to do with Overtake anymore. And I'm the one that talked you into actually posting some stuff on Overtake to try and drive some traffic to your website.
Radio check.
Loud and clear.
Copy. Radio good. Copy.
Okay.
Put the wrong tick on. There we go. Don't fight the teammate. Alright, this time we've got a pretty decent gap between our drivers. Let's see if we can get a really good slipstream here for Fernando this time. There's that bunch of traffic coming out the pit lane as we're coming round, just like last time.
Temps are all okay now. Temps okay now. Good gap ahead. Okay, remember about push, about push.
Yeah, a little too far away from the slipstream, I think. See what the first sector splits look like. And Ricardo's hitting that back of that traffic. He's half a second slower. This might actually bring Alonso close enough to get a tow here for the rest of the lap. Alonso cleanly through the Lesmos. And the one now down to Vialoni and Ascari. Sainz gets out of the way and stays out of the way. And it's another 4/10 up for Alonso. Still don't think he's close enough to get the tow. I think this is just a very bad lap from Ricardo here. Way off the pace. And another couple of tenths in the final sector. 1.15 seconds behind. That's a big gulf. I mean, I would expect to see somewhere in the region of about half a second or so, but that is a huge gulf considering Alonso was not close enough for the slipstream. So that's a little worrying. See what Bortoleto does. He's going to obliterate us by the look of it. Oh wow, 7/10 of a second. Evening, Peter. Ocon about the same pace as Bortoleto, fractionally slower in the first sector, fractionally quicker in the middle. Might even get a little slipstream from his teammate here on the run to Parabolica. And am I an Aston fan in real life? No, not really. I've got the cap because we're doing a series where I'm the team principal of Aston. I don't tend to follow a team over drivers. I tend to follow drivers over teams. I do have soft spots for some teams. McLaren, Ferrari, Williams, to a lesser extent Mercedes, when they had Hamilton driving for them, and I'm really enjoying with them with Antonelli at the moment. He is looking like he's going to be very special. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I grew up watching the 90s when. Well, the late 80s into the 90s, when drivers were a lot more of the star, I think. You know, And that's, I think, partly just because of the way
Okay,
Formula
like-
1 was back then, and also the reliability
And the white
difference
line,
between
white
car
line.
1 and car 2 back then
Stop on the marks, find
was
pre-start
pretty
race, switch off.
significant. All the best parts went on car 1, and car 2 was like a 40% chance of retiring compared to the other one. Because it had, you know, not as good parts for most teams. You know, the teams with the insane budgets, you know, maybe not quite so big a margin, but for the smaller teams, yeah, reliability was crazy. So it became all about the drivers, because you would generally only get 1 or 2 drivers in each team finishing. So you naturally gravitated towards a driver rather than a team. And it was an era of really big personality drivers as well. Senna and Prost and Mansell, and then Schumacher coming in the early 90s. It became, for me, it became a sport about the drivers rather than the teams. And I've grown to appreciate the teams more as I've got older, but, you know, as a younger fan, it was all about the driver. And that kind of has stuck with me to the point where, again, I'll have soft spots for certain teams, but I will follow the drivers more than I'll follow the teams. I've got a selection of caps up here that aren't any specific, aren't for any specific driver at a specific point in time, or for a specific team at a specific point in time. I've got a Senna cap, I've got a Bridgestone Michelin Pirelli podium style cap. This one, obviously, for this series, for the
And try and get some
2013
brake temp
series.
before you start
I've
to
got
push.
my Schumacher Mercedes cap and the Jensen Vodafone McLaren cap underneath. I got the new cap the other day. Oops. There goes Schumacher. I got a Renault cap and a really, really nice Jensen Button BAR cap underneath. I got a Mercedes cap because it was nice and cheap, from the Hamilton Bottas era, I think. I've also got Damon Hill's cap from when he was at Jordan in '98. So I've got a Senna cap. I've got a knockoff Ferrari cap I bought from a street vendor in Italy, in Rome, in 2009. Still got that. And I've got my Silverstone cap on my Silverstone display, just over my shoulder there. So I've got a selection, but there's nothing. I don't go out and buy merch, you know, every season for a driver. You know, I've got very little in the way of actual merch. It's mainly just these caps and a couple of shirts, and it's all come from eBay rather than paying the ridiculous prices that the teams charge for merch these days. I mean, I think, what was it, £180 it cost for the McLaren shirt in Tokyo, not Tokyo, sorry, at Suzuka, in the Japanese Grand Prix.
This
their
tire is
Wolf
better for
t-shirt.
keeping tire temp,
It
so
was,
that's
it
good.
was triple digits. It was either about 150 or 180, one of the two. I forget
Clear
exactly
ahead.
which, but that's obscene for a
Remember,
t-shirt.
mode push, mode
Absolutely
push.
obscene. You know, crazy prices. The Pirelli podium caps are about 50 quid each. You know, they do them in limited batches, one for each Grand Prix. So they have different, you know, they're all a different style. They're themed around the Grand Prix itself, but they're like 50, 60 quid each for a cap. A cap. Merch is just so damned expensive these days. It's ridiculous. Better lap for Ricciardo, but he's still a couple of tenths slower than Alonso in sector 1. A little bit of traffic here. Gets through. I don't think he got held up. Coming into Vialoni. And then the Ascari chicane. Could we get a little hold up there? Yeah, all of my cats are official, apart from the one I bought in Rome in 2009. Because I didn't have enough money on me at the
Okay,
time to actually buy one from the
P16.
Ferrari store in Rome, because they were
Okay,
very,
press
very
button
expensive.
box now.
Roger.
But the only one that's a knockoff cap up here is the Senna cap, which only cost me like £6. Because if you want to buy a Senna cap, they are rare, very, very rare now, because they haven't been made for 32 years. You know, you're talking very obscene prices for those. I remember when you could get a Premier League Liverpool football shirt for about £40, brand new. And I mean, these days they're what? They're pushing £100. It's crazy how much everything's gone up. You know, when it comes to sport merchandise in the last 15, 20 years. Right, we are currently 15th and 17th, but we're still waiting on 3 cars to actually set their time. Max has had a bad lap somewhere. He is down in the drop zone. Leclerc is flying at the moment. Gasly is looking like he's not going to make it out with this time. It's a very bad first sector for Gasly. Lindblad only just escaped. Slower than Alonso still.
Daniel pit lane.
Switch the pit limiter on, and you can stop
We've got
on the
time
marks,
for one
find
more
pre-start
run.
revs, and then switch.
Throw on some fresh tyres and hope.
Books.
And Leclerc goes top, a 123.8. So, fresh tyres. There we go. Now we need to decide when to go to try and avoid getting caught in traffic. Gasly just snuck through, look. He knocked out Fernando Alonso by 41 thousandths of a second. Hopefully, we'll find a little bit of time on these new tyres. Ocon looking to improve. He's already through and goes 7th, so he's safe. But yeah, Max desperately needs a lap. Alex Albon is out warming up his tyres at the moment, following Lindblad into the pits. I think, was that Lawson? That might be Lawson, actually. It is Lawson. Go. All right, let's go for it. A little bit of a gap between the cars. Slightly bigger than ideal, but that's because I'm expecting somebody fast to come through and close us up a bit. Let's see if we can do any good. Here comes one of the Cadillacs. Which one is that? The number 11 and
Just
number
watch it
77
by.
on their font is so similar. That's Bottas at 77.
Copy.
Okay, this is a good gap. Let's see if we can maintain this gap. I don't think we can, but if we can maintain the gap at this kind of distance, this should give Alonso a good chance of getting a really nice slipstream. Is there anybody on a push lap coming through? Not at the moment. Oh, no, Valtteri's done. Perez has completed his lap. The McLaren has completed its lap. That was Norris. And the Audi behind us is on an in lap. That's Bortoletto. So I think we're going to get a nice uninterrupted run into Parabolica here. Doesn't need to go again, he's safely through. Small improvement for him. Lindblad and Verstappen are both on outlaps now as well. Here we go.
Doing good on tire temps in the temps.
Can we somehow catapult Alonso up into the top? Closing in nicely here. Maybe just a touch too close. I might tell Ricciardo to bail out and just let Alonso through. Yeah, I think we're going to need to do that. Not a good first sector look, 30.2 again, terrible first sector, and we lost the potential to improve in the opening sector for Alonso as a result. And the slipstream doesn't work here. Alonso's not going to improve, we're out. I mean, I didn't expect us to get through Q1 if I'm honest anyway, given that we have the worst car on the grid. And it would have been nice to maybe sneak Alonso into the next session. Getting held up through Parabolica as well. Oh, what a disaster. Right, let's see. Lindblad has started his lap this time. So has Max. Max goes purple. That's Colapinto in front of him. Penalties. Alright, not the best middle sector for Max. But let's see if his pace is good enough overall to get him through. Oh, no, that's it. He's out. Max is going to finish bottom. He pulled out to try and overtake Colapinto and ran straight into the back of a slow Lewis Hamilton. Had to slam the anchors on. Max is out in P22. What a disaster for Max. I did not see that coming at all. Wow. Okay. What a way to end qualifying. Right, let's see who sticks it on pole. It is Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, taking pole at their home Grand Prix. Russell in second. Hamilton's third as well. Then it's Colapinto, Antonelli. God, wow, Colapinto in fourth. Piastri 5th, Hadjar 6th, Norris 7th, Behrman and Ocon 9th and 10th. Could be a good race for Ollie Behrman here.
Well, it won't be long before the drivers hit the track for 53 laps around Monza in what should be a fast and fantastic race.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be.
Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Okay, let's quickly double check to see if there are any changes to the grids. Don't think there are any penalties. No, no penalties. No one's starting from the pit lane. So let's have a look at strategy. We could go one stop. It's going to be warm in the opening stint. I'm wondering whether or not a two-stop is going to be the best way to go. I think it might be. Give us a little bit more pace. Let me go back to this. When's it going to be coolest? At the end. So let's go soft, medium, and push the mediums at the end. There we go. Let's give ourselves a little bit of overlap. There we go. We'll go with that. It is 3 seconds slower. Well, it gives us a chance to maybe pick up some extra pit stop points with a quicker second stop, maybe. And on top of that, we'll have the potential for more pace. We'll have more grip, more points in the Grand Prix. So, might be the right way to go. Who knows? We'll find out, I suppose. Let's go soft, medium here as well. And we've still got a set of hards and a second set of mediums in... No, we've only got one set of mediums, haven't we? We've got a set of hards and another set of softs in reserve. So, tyre-wise, we've got some good options if we do get late safety cars. There we go. We are going to take some fuel out. It is how much per lap here? 1.3. So let's go with 2 laps of fuel out. I don't want to spend all race lifting and coasting like we did in the last two, because that will really slow us down. Well, I do expect us to get lapped, and I am banking on there being at least a VSC at some point. I think there may well be some carnage into turns 1 and 2. Right. There we go. We're set and prepped. The start of the Italian Grand Prix is next.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. And plenty of people watching on will be keen to follow Fernando Alonso's progress.
P20 is definitely not where any driver would want to find themselves. But they've got to get their head down and work hard.
A little show of sportsmanship from our two drivers there.
Just what will happen here today.
I do like it when we get that. We don't get that cutscene very often, but when we do...
Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
We are off. Let's see who gets into turn 1 first. Can Hamilton get past George and make it a Ferrari 1-2? No, he can't. Or maybe. Nope. It is going to be Leclerc and Russell leading away. Antonelli stays ahead of Colapinto. Max gets alongside Ricciardo. Oh, look how slow everyone is through here. Oh, wait, what is going on with my... Oh, come on. We changed all this, and of course the game crashed, and it took them off. All right, we're going to restart the race. We're going to just start from the pit lane. We're going to have to start from the pit lane because we're going to change those engines out like they were originally changed out. Yes, we're making park there, mate, I know. We're at the back of the grid anyway, so it's not a massive penalty. We are going to have to replot the strategies, though. It's just like, why are my warning lights flashing up red like that? Couldn't figure it out, and then suddenly it dawned on me, twigged exactly what had happened. Right, Ricardo to soft, medium, aggressive on the mediums at the ends. Yeah, there we go. 2 laps of fuel out. 2 laps of fuel out because we're starting with the pit lane. This time we won't thrash the tyres or the fuel loads. There's no point. To do the engines here as well. 100% engine. Go. And change the ERS. And it works. There we go. Alright, let's try this again, shall we?
Welcome back, everyone. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Right. George get a good acceleration off the line. Not great, but he does pull across and block Hamilton. Hamilton tucks back in. And oh, he's been hit by Antonelli. Hamilton hit by Antonelli. That could have been so much worse. But that's damage for Antonelli. Damage for Hamilton. And that's effectively turned this into a George versus Leclerc fight now, I think. That little punt will have done some damage to the back of Lewis's car. It's broken the front wing there on Kimi's car. And he'll get a penalty for that as well. It all depends how significant that damage is for Lewis as well, as to whether or not he can stay in the fight. That wing is a glitch that we see in the game. The wing itself isn't damaged on Antonelli's car there. We've already caught the pack. There should be a slam dunk penalty here. No penalties given. How? How is that no penalty given? That should be a slam dunk 5-second penalty for Kimi there. Max already making some moves now that he hasn't got us to fight through. Alonso having a look in the background there, trying to sneak his way through as well.
DRS enabled.
Can we go around the outside through Parabolica? Or is Ricardo going to sneak his way through on the inside? Ricardo sneaking his way through. And now he's going to have a look at trying to go around the outside. Nowhere to go. Ricardo gets through. Is he going to get the move done on the Alpine as well? Oh, don't hit each other, guys.
You did good, really good.
Okay, we're through, we're safe. Woo. Here comes Alonso back on Ricciardo again. Piastri in third place now, and already the front two are 3 seconds clear. And if George can somehow break Leclerc, that's it. That's the race pretty much done and dusted. Piastri is pushing to try and close in on those two. They're losing time because they're fighting. And Piastri has closed that gap by nearly 2 seconds just on the run to Ascari. He has closed the gap. And this is now dangerous for Leclerc because he could now have to start defending from Piastri and George could just take off. And in that case, it's race over. We are still squabbling here with Perez. Let's push.
Yep. This is my pace.
And the gap's back up to 2 seconds again.
Mode push.
Right, Ricciardo has gone up the inside. Puts the power down on the outside line through turn 2. Inside through Curva Grande, and is through.
Okay,
And we're out of battery, so we'll go with the top up.
Understood.
Here comes Alonso.
Okay, charge on.
No way through there. Let's go back into top up. I'm going to put my drivers into high overtake aggression. Oh, here goes Danny Rick. Up the inside.
Copy.
Is it Gasly? I think it's Gasly, isn't it? Yes, Gasly.
Copy.
Yep, go for it.
Alonso is through on Perez. He might have a move himself here. 3 wide. It does not go into Bialone. Ricciardo gets through. Leclerc has taken the lead. George immediately take it back.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
We'll just see what we can do.
Ricciardo lost out, did not get the move done, and has been overtaken again by Perez. There's George trying to get back through. Wait, is that? I thought that was a Cadillac for a second. I'm not used to seeing a white McLaren. We get back past Perez again. Tyre temps still creeping up. Track temperature 43.3 degrees. A little cooler than I thought it was going to be. Still think the two-stop is probably going to be the right move. It would be nice to get Alonso through.
Copy.
We want to do this on track rather than telling Ricciardo to pull over, otherwise he will lose so much time.
Yes, yeah.
And he does get it done. He actually pushes Ricciardo off the track, which was not great. Oh, and he's damaged to the underfloor. Damn it.
Not sure if I've got damage.
Copy
Oh,
that. We're
sucks.
checking everything.
That
We have
sucks.
some small floor damage right hand side.
It's so easy to damage your underfloor at Ascari in this game. I still remember when we had Kimi Antonelli back on the PS5, and his underfloor got broken going over the curb here on turn 2 on the opening lap, and then I think around about lap 20, 30, he got pushed wide over the curb at Ascari, and that was it. Out instantly. Destroyed underfloor. Circuit is an underfloor killer. You see it happen to so many drivers in this game.
Mode push.
All right, let's
Understood.
try and get back on terms with Perez, so we can get Ricciardo in front of him. There's no big breakaway at the moment. It's a 3-horse race at the moment. Leclerc, Piastri and Russell. And Russell's actually dropped down into 3rd. Piastri making some moves. Bar a few little gaps opening up here, the main bulk of the midfield is all still very close to each other. And it's George who's getting left behind a little bit here. Are we going to see somebody else win a Grand Prix? George has been mercilessly ripping through the field this season. Still a long way to go.
Charge on.
We are back ahead of Perez. Let's go into harvest mode for Ricciardo now.
Charge on.
Top up mode for Alonso. So it does look like we might be seeing a lot of one stops here. Potentially. I mean, they're all starting on mediums apart from us, so that does to me suggest they're going medium hard. It's a one stop. Let's see what the predicted strategies are for the AI. Yeah, starting on mediums, the predictions do suggest that it's a one stop. We may yet see something a little different, but I doubt it. It depends, I suppose, if there's a big lockup that eats the tyres. Yeah, look how close everyone is still. Well, lap 7. No, we're about to start lap 7. The leaders have just gone through. And the tyre temp's starting now to just creep over the limit. Hamilton's dropped down to 7th now. Antonelli's still up there in 4th, keeping Norris at bay. Williams drivers were battling, and Max is throwing himself into the mix. Splits the two. Is he going to have a quick look at Albon here as well? There's no slipstream for Albon to help him out here. Could be a very quick overtake because Hadjar gets past Hamilton now, and Colapinto at the same time. Colapinto re-establishes himself in 6th. And just like that, that gap has closed right back up again. And Russell almost had the lead there. Got his nose ahead and instantly lost it, but he's so quick around Parabolica there. I think Leclerc may be out of battery. Piastri moves on through. Jumps into the slipstream with Russell here. Let's have a little blast of pace.
Copy. Good info.
Try and close in on those guys in front.
Looking good.
And we've got top up for Ricciardo now. He's got some battery back in the car. A little bit of a gap to Alonso.
Okay, understood.
So if everyone is going for a one stop, we are going to get a nice undercut. Of course, they'll be going to the end when they make their stop. We'll have to stop another time, but there is the scope to maybe move up a bit. Threatening to stretch away. Can Piastri stay with him? He needs to, otherwise this race is done, and he has managed to keep with him. Alonso gets past Valtteri. That's P19 as Ricciardo gets overtaken by Perez. Well, Valtteri goes rocketing past Gasly on the opposite side there. Takes the pair of us. We've got Gasly on the inside. Can we hold the position though? Gasly will fight back around the outside. It's the first time I've actually raced these battery regs around this circuit, and it's proving an interesting challenge with where cars are deploying. Hopefully starting to space out a little bit. See if we can launch a sneak attack here.
Copy.
Where's the battery? Painful. Painful to hear.
Copy. Copy. Copy.
All right. Can we
Okay,
get a good enough exit here to keep the position? Yes, we can. And we've got a happy Alonso. Yes, bye-bye, please. Come on. Yes, bye-bye.
Let's go.
We'll take that. We'll take a let's go. Temp's getting a little hot. Let's just cool those down a touch. Am I still in clean air? Shouldn't be. No. So Max has made really good progress in the opening 10 laps. He's up to P10, starting from what, P19? I think once we had our double pit lane start, P19, P18. But yeah, he's punched through that field pretty quickly. Front three still keeping close. Norris and Antonelli are now 5.5 seconds behind. And I do wonder if Norris is being compromised by the fact that it's Antonelli who's got some damage. Yeah, Bottas just rockets past us there. We're going to come back at him. That was pretty brutal. And Max now up to P8. He's got ahead of Colapinto and Sainz. That's briefly. Yeah, still fighting side by side with Sainz. Has he got that move done now? Yes, he has.
Copy. Understood. Copy.
A lot of battery to use up here with Ricardo. See if we can break away from Checo.
Copy.
Mode push.
Okay. Copy.
Never going to get through on that
Copy.
tight to the inside there. We go flying through there. Can we maybe get a run on Gasly as well? Not quite.
Lots of battling ahead. Anything's possible. No ERS.
Yep,
We're
understood.
out of battery. Here comes battery again. Ah, man. Yeah, the AI tends to deploy in a different location to us,
This is my pace.
just in normal terms. So
No problem.
it's kind of exaggerating the concertina zigzagging. The yo-yo effect. How long till we make our stops?
Okay, charge on.
Yep, understood.
What, 6 laps for Ricardo? And same for Alonso as well. There's a big enough gap between them just about that we could possibly stop them on the same lap.
Okay, let's make the most of it.
Let's see how we do with that one. We really want to be at least 4 or 5 seconds apart. We're not quite there, really. That's 3.8.
Okay, you're doing an excellent job.
Ricardo is
Bottas
back in front
ahead.
again. Out of battery again.
So we just need to go
Oh, look
charge
at this
on.
cluster. Is there a way through? We get past Gasly. Can we get past Behrman? Yeah. What's Behrman doing all the way down here? He qualified 9th. He's down in 19th place.
Yes.
And gets pushed onto the gravel.
Let's see what happened there. So here we go, heading into turn 1. They decide to give it a go. And they made that look
Monza
very
and
easy
Spa are going to be
indeed.
disastrous with these regs. Well, Silverstone as well, potentially. The whole back half of the circuit, it's just pretty much flat with a little bit of lifting. So
It's okay.
there's not much in the way of heavy braking zones. So yeah, even
This is
Silverstone could be a bit
ridiculous.
bad. Gasly gets back through, but we're still in P18, even in Nexus.
Okay, yeah.
Still playing F123. Or was that just a typo? Hamilton down for 13. God, yeah, he is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I say that first lap nudge, that little love tap from Kimi has basically ruined his race. Antonelli seems to be doing okay. He's got minor front wing damage and he can replace that front wing in a stop if he chooses to, or if the team choose to do it for him. But but Hamilton can't replace the damage that's been done to him. So yeah, he's going to have a horrible 4-3. Ricardo is lagging behind a bit now.
Okay, charge
Getting close
on,
to our pit
charge
stops. I'm
on.
actually going to turn the tyres
Yep,
up.
understood.
We are going to need to do some fuel saving on the next stint, but the fresh tyres will
even more.
hopefully compensate for that and still allow us to close up and get an undercut going.
Yeah. Copy.
And we do still have a fight at the front. Leclerc, Piastri and Russell still glued together, and Norris is catching quickly. He's catching very quickly. This could make it a 4-way battle, or it could split it into 2 separate 2-way fights, which I think is probably a little bit more likely. Perez and Leclerc squabbling over the lead. They're side by side out of the opening chicane. Curva Grande. You play F1 Manager 23. Are you keeping an eye out on sales for 24? Because you can get it for pennies.
Okay.
These days when a sale comes around.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that?
Okay. Okay.
George having a look. Leclerc blocks the line. Loses a little bit of momentum. Piastri into the lead. Russell in second. Norris is just about in range of Leclerc now as well. Max now fighting with his teammate. Will he make the move here? Steps out. Goes for the inside. All about the exit. Still side by side.
Great job.
Behrman's just overtaken us.
Got Bottas
Still
ahead.
side by side as Ricciardo gets back past Perez. And they're going to go side by side through the Lesmos as well. Also gets back ahead of Behrman.
Right then, we can take a look now. Keep watching Alonso with this one. There's the opening. That sees them move up into 18th.
And looks like
No more overtake.
Hadjar might actually win this battle. And look at Albon steaming up to the back of them. Is he going to jump Max here? Not quite. Oh, you've got 24 already and you played that. Okay. There we see in the background Hulkenberg. No, not Hulkenberg, sorry. Ocon and Lindblad fighting. Still, Max has not been able to get past his teammate. We are going to stop
We'll totally
Ricciardo
catch them up.
at the
Okay.
end of this lap, I think. Bring him in a little bit early. There we go. We'll go one more lap with Alonso.
So we'll box now. Box.
Box confirmed.
Cars have broken away in front of us a little bit.
On your pit lane.
All right, let's have a good stop, please, here, boys. Fresh set of softs going on.
Okay, but
2.39, that's a pretty decent stop. Pretty decent. I think our estimated pit stop time is still in the 2.5 range, so that's definitely a better than average stop for us. Let's see if we can get a jump on Gasly, or at least make sure Bottas doesn't get us. Behrman's down to 20th place now.
37 laps to go.
What's going on with Ollie Behrman today? He's got a brand new engine and a brand new gearbox in that car, but he's just going backwards at the moment. Hamilton's still down in 13th with Sainz.
Okay, charge
And
on.
Hamilton's in the pits.
Okay.
Oh, wow, so that's an early stop for a medium runner. We might not get as big an undercut as I thought we would. He is going hard tyres. Bottas coming in as well. I wonder if that's in response to Ricciardo stopping last lap. Oh, bad stop. No, come on. 4.8 seconds.
yeah, how much we lost on the pit stop? What?
Looks like Valtteri had an equally horrendous stop, if not more so.
And what's that?
Oh, yeah, he's still
A
there.
pit
He's still
stop issue.
stationary. Wow, an utter disaster for Valtteri. Now he's moving, but Ricciardo's going to get through. All right, let's start fuel saving. And let's open up the lap times. So.
Copy.
Well, here we go. Look, more medium runners coming in. Are they still going to try for a two-star? It seems early. I'm wondering if they're two-star. They're going to be aggressive on these and then go for it to the hards at the end. It's suddenly getting very busy in the pit lane.
Copy.
Mode push, mode push.
Okay, understood.
Don't know if we're going to beat anybody. We might get out in front of Gasly. At least with Alonso, not with Ricciardo. Yeah, we are going to get out in front of Gasly. There is Ricciardo in the background.
Copy.
Can we do this? It's going to be tight. Maybe.
Good lap.
No, maybe not.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, okay.
Okay, charge on, charge
Tyres are
on.
fired up.
Okay.
Let's see what lap time we do. Piastri and Leclerc are in. Going for an undercut here on George.
Out of DRS.
Okay.
Has to wait for the McLaren to go through. Here comes Isaac. Has Max been able to get an undercut by stopping one lap earlier? Oh, well, with that, yes. That's a disaster for Isaac. Oh, wow. He's
Now,
lost
there's
so
been an
much
issue in
time
the
on that
pits.
stop. He's kind of lucky that Hulkenberg, Lawson and Behrman have all dived in the pits as well. They would have gone flying through. But still, he's going to lose a good old chunk of time here. In fact, everyone's diving in, look. Oh, look at them all piling out the pits at the same time. And Hadjar is in between Sainz and Hamilton. Alonso is P16, having got ahead of Gasly. Behrman, Lawson and Perez have all stopped behind him, and Ricciardo's ahead of Lawson and Perez as well. So Ricciardo up into 19th place and on the heels of Ollie Behrman here. And I'm not convinced that they'll be able to go the distance. Norris is in now. Everyone who stopped early for those hard tyres. What do you think? They may have to stop again. Here comes Kimi now. Are they going to change this front wing? Yes, they are. This will be a long stop. Still can't believe he did not get a penalty. And off he goes. Bortoletto in from P6. Norris out just behind Charles Leclerc. Decent stop for Gabby. We might actually get him with Alonso here. It'll be tight. Here we come, right behind Nico Hulkenberg. Not quite, almost. So, it's a 22-second lead for George Russell. He did 1:28.9 last time round. And he's in. This is going to be a critical stop. He should come out behind Oscar. Maybe behind Norris. It's a good quick stop. Clean stop. That's what he needed. Have they done enough to get out in front of Leclerc? Because Piastri is going to get him into turn one. I think Leclerc might as well, which means Norris should do too. Here they come. Oh, Norris! Oh! How was there no contact there? And somehow George has managed to get out ahead of the pair of them. Wow. Lucky, lucky boy. I thought he was about to get clobbered by Norris for a second then. He was free on Epic last year and a friend said that to pay is nicer. I agreed from yeah, I did exactly the same thing. I got the free copy on Epic, and then I bought it when it was on sale on Steam as well. Not at the cheapest sale price it's ever been on Steam, but cheaper than it would have been at launch. See if we can jump ahead of these guys. Oh, Gasly's having a look. Come on, use that battery. Use that battery. That's why I clicked deploy. That's better. Max sets the fastest lap. He's up to P5 now, is Max. What a recovery this has been for him after getting knocked out in 22nd. Oh yeah, he started 20th, didn't he? Because of us dropping into the pit lane. As Gasly fights his way through, we are out of battery.
Yes.
Ah. Piastri over 5 seconds clear at the top here. Leclerc with Norris right behind him. It's about a second and a half behind Russell. But Max is closing in quickly.
Okay.
Tyres at 80% for Fernando. When are we looking at stopping? Around lap 35. 12 laps to go before we're in again. Oscar sets a new fastest lap, and it looks like he is the one who's going to try and sprint off into the distance this time round.
Okay.
Gasly's not had the best run. We've closed the gap a bit. Closed the gap quite a bit. Second. I wonder if he's struggling for battery after that last lap. There's lights flashing through Curva Grande. That suggests I'll talk to you after the stream, Nexus. We are definitely back in range.
That is okay.
Ricardo has dropped back a bit, but again, we're fuel saving, so to be expected that we're going to lose a little bit of pace. I want to get this done before we go on to our third set of tyres. Lawson threatening the back of Danny Rick. I'm looking at the wrong driver. It didn't click on Ricciardo. There we go. Yeah, he got the move done.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
We're kind of
Get back in this fight. You have
just
Bottas
hoping
behind.
against hope, really, with Ricciardo because of that underfloor damage. See if we can at least get a better exit. Nope.
Okay, mode push.
We got squeezed badly.
Understood.
Can we attack him back, though, through Curva Grande?
How's the deck?
Yeah, everything's pretty stable at the moment.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Understood.
I was able to match been moved to 7 p.m. Oh, okay. Because I did see that the police, well, not the police, sorry, the government had said that pubs could stay up until 5 a.m. on that day. So yeah, that was going to be fun. But if it's an earlier kickoff, wonder if they'll let the pubs stay open anyway. Probably not. Oh, they're bringing it forward because of thunderstorms. Well, I mean, it's they did mention storms on the highlights of a different game last week. I can't remember which game it was, and I was thinking, surely they would actually, because they're open air stadium, surely they would actually either postpone or move the game if there's a big storm. I do remember there was that game where lightning struck the pitch and it killed a ton of players. Going back decades now, but I mean, you don't want to repeat of that. Right, we've slipped away a bit, and Behrman's closing in again. Still fuel saving.
Copy.
I'm going to actually ease off on the fuel saving for a bit now. Piastri is... Oh, George has got some damage. George must have damaged his underfloor in the fight with Leclerc. Piastri's 10 seconds clear now. Leclerc up into second. Norris is right there with a pair of them. Norris is making them run. Tried to go to the outside, got squeezed, moves to the inside, but has lost the momentum.
Copy.
Everyone's still relatively close to us. I'm going to have a look at changing the strategy a little bit here. Let's go a bit softer on those tyres so that they last a little bit longer. And let's look at pushing these ones harder and coming a few laps earlier. Go.
Let's just put our head down. Mode push, mode push.
Okay.
We've got a fault for Lindblad's.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Here's the problem. We don't know. So George in P3 right now. Piastri is just bolting away. Look at how much time is being lost by having to fight compared to Piastri in clean air. He's now free and clear. I don't want to worry about anything behind him. And he's lapping 2.6 seconds quicker per lap. It's crazy. This is what we've seen from George many times this season. He gets into that clean air and he's off and he's gone. While everyone else is fighting to defend.
Copy.
Mode push.
Understood.
Still can't get through. Damon's pace picking up a little bit. Annoyingly. Right when I'm trying to pull away from him. That did not work at all. Coming back at him though.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that?
Okay.
Top up now for Ricardo. I'm actually going to turn off
Charge
the boost
on, charge on.
as well,
Okay.
so that battery recharges a little bit quicker. There's a nice healthy gap over the two Cadillacs who are fighting with each other at the moment. Lawson is close. Lawson is making a move. They're trying to. But we close right up on the back of Behrman there.
They're struggling a little bit.
Do we know which stadium's getting the actual final?
Okay, copy.
America has this this rule for the Super Bowl that it will never go to an open top stadium
Copy.
in the NFL. So I'm just wondering if that is going to be the case for the World Cup as well, whether that's not going to be in an open top stadium. Where we're deploying against where Behrman's deploying. He rockets away from us and then we rocket back up to him. Going to be in for new tyres soon.
Copy.
what were our targets? 18th and 20th were our targets tonight, weren't they? I think. Let's double check that. 18th and 20th, which, 18th and 21st. So we are on target at the moment. Finals at MetLife. Yeah, that's a good stadium. And it has a roof. Right, we'll box Ricciardo at the end of this next lap, and we'll go one more lap with Alonso.
Box now, box now.
Okay, box confirmed. Looks.
Right, let's get a look at the running order. As Piastri starts lap 33, he is 13 and a half seconds ahead of George Russell and Charles Leclerc. Norris is with them as well, so it's a three-way fight per second at the moment. Max just 3 seconds behind, is closing in at about a second a lap. 2.5 seconds behind. Then it's Albon in P6. That's a great result for Williams so far. Ocon in P7. Antonelli with that minor damage to his car. That must be either suspension or chassis as a result of that collision. They've already changed the front wing. He's in P8. Well, P9 now as Hadjar gets him. Sainz in P10. So both Williams in the top 10 right now. Bortoletto 11th, and it's the two Alpines of Colapinto and Gasly. Hulkenberg 14th. Hamilton's now down in 15th place. Then it's Lindblad, Behrman, Alonso, Lawson, Ricciardo, Perez, and Bottas as Ricciardo dives in for his second stop. Let's see how. 2.6. He had a better stop on the first one. It was a 2.3 second stop. Alonso had a shocker, like a 4.6 on his first stop. Let's see if we can get a good stop for Alonso. Cadillacs are closing in. Our pace has really dropped off in these last few laps while we've been trying to defend, and Lawson has got through. And we're a lap down, so we don't need to do any fuel saving now. Piastri is ahead of us, but only Piastri so far. Russell and Leclerc and Norris still going through Rettifilio at the moment. Yeah, wow, those Cadillacs have really rocketed up to the back of us, haven't they?
Could be.
They were about 5 seconds behind a few laps ago. Right, into the pits for Fernando. Fresh set of mediums to go to the end. .3 kilos for a lap of fuel around here, so we've got a little bit of wiggle room on fuel. Ah, there we go, that's a better stop. 2.4, again, not amazingly quick, but quicker than our predicted average of 2.5 something. Looks like Ricciardo's going to get the undercut, because Alonso was very slow in those last couple of laps. There goes Daniel Ricciardo. We will just tell him to move over. As Lindblad's fault escalates.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind
Apparently
of
we're
fault.
still not allowed to know what that fault is. Oh, look at that. Second best stop. So Ricciardo's stop was a 2.3. That must be the quickest stop of the day then. That's fantastic. If we can get first and second in the pit stop challenge today, get a load of points, it might put us back top of the table. Be nice to win something this year. And the gap to Bottas has come down substantially on this lap. So, yeah, these tyres are much, much faster. Personal best per sector for Ricciardo. Perez and Bottas. Bottas at a 129.1. That's kind of what Alonso was doing before we stopped. Let's see what Ricciardo does. A 126.9. Fantastic. So we're going to have the pace to catch these guys back up again if they don't stop, because their tyres are going to be, awful by the end because they stop very early. And if they do stop again, we're inside their pit window and we'll easily undercut them. The only downside is the potential yellow flags, not yellow flags, blue flags we're going to get at some point from Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen and Albon. Don't think Hadjar will catch us now. He's too far behind. But the others have definitely got a, Russell, Leclerc, Norris will definitely get us. Verstappen will probably get us, and I would imagine Albon probably will as well. As Ocon gets ahead of Kimi Antonelli and ahead of Sainz. Can he hold the position? Sainz trying to fight back around the outside and does so. Sainz back into 8th place. Antonelli now in danger of being knocked out of the points if his pace starts to struggle. It depends on Colapinto now. Big gap, 10.5 seconds, but plenty of time for that gap to disappear. All right, what do we do across the line this time round? 126 and a 126.5. So, yeah, we are lapping a second quicker than the Cadillacs. And we are comfortably inside that pit window now with both cars. We still have 16 laps to go. And Hadjar's in. So we are going to see stops from other cars. I did wonder, those that stopped quite early for a set of hards, I didn't think they'd be able to make it. Set of hards going on for Isaac. Hamilton in now from P14. So we're going to start to see some other stops soon as well. This means we might not get first and second in the pit stop challenge as well, unfortunately. Hamilton is going to get lapped here. Piastri is coming through. Let's say look for a flash of orange, but they're not orange, they're white and green. There is Oscar. And he will make it into Vettelfilio just ahead of Hamilton. Leclerc's in. I'm glad I pushed and went early to make sure that we definitely got an undercut. Right, where does Leclerc feed out? In miles of clean air between the two Williams drivers. Kimi's in. Softs lining up for him as well. see Lawson and Hajar coming through. There they go. And Perez and Lindblad as well. Here comes Valtteri. Oh, just gets ahead of Valtteri. 15 laps to go as Piastri crosses the line with Hamilton right behind him.
Let it swap now on this straight. Thank you.
Give the instruction for when Alonso gets close enough
Okay.
with that underfloor. It is going to be a slower car.
There is an Aston vibration.
Hajar thinks he's got a Honda engine still. Into the pits comes Sainz. So are the leaders going to stop? Because some of them stayed out quite long on that first stint compared to everybody else. Long enough to maybe make the one stop work. But there's the possibility of maybe a puncture. Hajar, Lawson, Lindblad, Perez, Antonelli are all going to get through potentially here. Oh, they do just squeeze on through.
Copy.
Let's get this move done.
Charge on.
Okay.
Albon in. There we go, Alonso is through. New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc. It's not a great stop there for Albon, or at least it didn't
Copy.
look like
That's
a
good.
great stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Charge on.
Okay. Understood.
Second and a half faster than Bottas on that last lap. Lindblad's pace struggling as Antonelli gets past him. Some major faults. Fault issues with that car. He might not make it to the end. Certainly make things easier for us and guarantee 21st place for Ricciardo.
We don't need to take any risk.
Okay.
Hopefully we can actually tow Ricciardo along a little bit as well, help him keep his speed up as well. Don't want him putting pressure on Fernando. See what Fernando's pace is like at the end of the lap. It won't be the same as a 125.6 because no battery on this lap. Evening, PR. So we're about 14 seconds behind Lindblad, Perez, and Bottas, and Antonelli and Sainz. Not bad. We are definitely closing the gap down. There's still time for people to stop. Still time for us to catch as well. And 27 last lap. Yeah, Let's continue to harvest. Let's actually turn the tyres up a little bit for Alonso. Norris continues to lead. We could be looking at a Mercedes, a McLaren 1-2 with them running the special livery here tonight.
Copy.
Ocon dives into the pits.
Understood.
Set of soft tyres. Quick. It was clean. Where is he going to feed out? Is anyone else going to stop in the next lap or two? I'm kind of hoping they are, because otherwise we are really going to have to fight. Here comes Antonelli and Sainz. Oh, it's tight. Ocon might be able to just win the traction race here with his brand new tyres. And we've got a yellow flag. Someone had a spin. That's Lindblad. Lindblad spin.
It's yellow in 22.
Okay.
Oh, all right so far. Oh no, that's not how to do it. And there's not much they can do about that now.
He gets lapped there by Piastri and Hamilton. Well, lapped by Piastri, overtaken by Hamilton. He's now just a second in front of us.
Okay.
Let's use the boost.
Let's recharge a bit.
Okay, understood.
Well, we got the grip. We haven't got the battery. We're out of battery until the braking's at Parabolica. Perez dives into the pits with 10 laps to go. And so does Lindblad.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes Ricciardo with a rocket ship. With a launch out of the corner.
These tires, they feel good.
So, P19, P20. We need one more place for Alonso. Ricciardo is one place ahead of his target. If Perez is in, that means Valtteri may well be in at the end of this lap. Fresh tyres for Lindblad. Let's keep an eye on Valtteri, see if he does stop. There is Piastri with Hamilton in the background. Ollie Behrman into the pits. Gets a good stop. He'll probably come out just in front of us.
Copy. Copy.
All right, so Valtteri has stayed out. His tyres are going to be a bit rough, though. They look rough. here come the blue flags as well. And that would be perfect if he gets blue flagged and then stops, when he could have stopped the lap before and not got blue flag. There we go. He lifts. Oh, yeah, he's fighting Hamilton for position, isn't he?
Okay.
Does he dive in? No, he's staying out. .130.6 on that last lap. 128 Alonso, because we were harvesting a little bit. We still took 2.5 seconds out of him, and now he's going to be slower because he's going to be fighting with Lewis. Russell is fighting with both Leclerc and Verstappen now. And Norris. Leclerc's got through against Norris. As Perez gets unceremoniously pushed out of the way there. Hamilton gets past Valtteri. There's Ollie Behrman coming up on the back of him as well, in very fast as well with those pressure tyres. Right, I need to put a little bit of a gap between these two because it's hurting Fernando.
Charge on.
Roger.
Try and get the temps down.
Okay. Understood.
Into the pits for Liam Lawson. We will definitely clear him.
Copy. Copy.
And Valtteri's in as well. So there's another one we'll definitely clear. Soft tyres, and that was a pretty quick stop. He'll come out behind us, but he'll be trying to come after us. That said, he's about to get hit with blue flags for Charles Leclerc, Norris, Russell and Verstappen. And this might actually stop him from being able to close in on us.
Copy.
Huge firework going off. Antonelli with a fault. And there we go, we've got a 2-second gap.
Copy.
And I'm going to keep pushing the tyres like this.
Let's see if you can find any time. We'll go to high fuel now.
Okay, understood.
It's a little early for Independence Day.
Okay, copy. Understood.
I'm assuming that's what the fireworks are for. Tyres getting a little too hot. Let's ease them down a touch. 27.0 for Alonso that lap.
Copy.
We are 17th and 18th. Hey, Farrow, good to see you. Everyone always asks where you are. I have plenty. I have many, many cats. Not quite one for every occasion, but a late stop for Bortoletto with just 5 laps to go. This is going to drop him out of the points and behind the leader, so he's going to be lapped. He's not going to be able to catch back up. Any chance of a point finish for Bortoleto has just gone up in smoke. And he might even come out behind us. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Alonso gets through. Ricardo doesn't, and probably won't. Let's go into harvest.
Copy.
Leclerc has now scampered free. Norris and Russell fighting has allowed him to break away. Oh, and there goes Bortoleto on those brand new soft tyres. At the top up then. Do we have any
Now this
audio?
was the Sauber.
No, we don't.
The gap opens up for them.
He just absolutely rockets through.
And that's 16th place now.
That's a ticking down.
Understood.
Is that yeah, Charles Leclerc is closing in. He's about to blue flag us. He's blue flagging Lawson right now. We're trying to. Lawson doesn't want to move out the way. Hadjar gets ahead of Antonelli for the final point. Both of those two walking wounded. And Sainz gets past Antonelli.
Okay.
We are fine on fuel.
Copy.
And still Lawson has not moved over for Charles Leclerc.
1.0
Respect
behind.
the blue flags. Come on.
Let's keep going.
Oh, he's pushing like crazy. He wants to get ahead of us before he gets blue
How's the
flagged or
tyre?
get close enough so that he can sneak his way past us when we're
Quite a lot of
obeying the
vibration.
blue flag.
Not sure if it's tire or brakes.
Oh, come on. Ridiculous. Let's take him back before we get blue flagged.
Let's use that K1.
Understood.
Let's use the free air.
Understood.
Ah, did we run out of battery? Did we run out of pace, or did we get a blue flag?
Understood.
We got a blue flag, and we obey it.
Copy.
Lawson still will not obey blue flags. What is going on here? Why is he not pulling over? And Antonelli's car falling apart in these closing laps.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Yes, there we go. That's what you get, son.
Charge on. Charge on.
Understood.
Did a good job. Ahead is Alonso.
Right, where is Fernando? He is 3 seconds behind Bortoleto.
Let's
We're
keep
starting to
hanging in
catch
there.
Hamilton. I don't think we've got enough time left to catch him. Hadjar and Antonelli still fighting over that
Yep.
final point. Oh, a puncture for Gasly. Where is he? Oh, he's coming out of Ascari. There goes the tyre.
Check my tires.
Where are we? We are close enough that we will get him in the pits. He won't have time to come back at us. Oh, and he's holding up Hamilton as well. And Bortoletto. As long as he didn't hold us up. There we go. We're up to P16 with Fernando. Wilson gets back past Ricciardo again.
Yeah, copy.
And we're about to get blue flagged by... there it goes. Blue flag. And now we're going to be in the danger zone a little bit. And that's going to kill any chance I think we had to get after Bortoletto and Hamilton. So now we have Lawson right there.
Okay.
He's probably going to dive bomb me as well. Much fresher tyres. Hamilton is slow though. Bortoletto gets him. Oh, we get pushed over the curb. We didn't break the underfloor, which is good because we don't have any spares at the moment.
I cannot push any harder than this.
Don't do it, Ricciardo. Don't do it, Ricciardo. You're not allowed. Team orders.
Copy. Copy. Okay, copy.
Oh, having a terrible car sucks.
Copy.
It absolutely sucks.
Copy.
It's going to be P17 and P18. That's still a great result. And again, we could have gone more aggressive on targets with Ricciardo.
Charge on.
Yep, understood.
Oh, we're on the final lap. I hadn't even noticed. Damn it, I would have pushed the tyres harder if I'd realised.
Let's just keep the pressure on.
Copy.
Mode push.
Okay.
There we go. Oscar wins. Leclerc actually closed up very quickly in the end.
Piastri has done it. He's got the win. Oscar Piastri is the winner.
All credit to the team for the car they've put together. But without that incredible and consistent driving, it'd all be for nothing.
Okay, check out the flag.
Monorail racing is good for the game. It makes a real difference, but unfortunately it is also a little bit unstable. The main reason of the crashes that we've been having... Oh, is that someone out? Hulkenberg's got a puncture. He crossed the line. Oh no, he hasn't crossed the line yet. We're going to wait an eternity for him to get round so we can speed time up. There we go, half the grid's into the pits before he makes it round. It really does make a difference to the racing, but it's quite unstable at the moment.
Well, I think most people expected them to really deliver here, but it's a disappointing finish outside the points.
The man from down under, Oscar Piastri, heads up to our podium.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to this weekend in Monza. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Confirmation then of the final result. It is a much needed win for Oscar Piastri. We put the special Silverstone livery on for tonight only because it is the British Grand Prix this weekend. And it paid off big time, didn't it, for McLaren? They got first and third, a double podium. Mercedes not even on the podium today. Second place for Leclerc as well means Ferrari have some happy hunting at their home circuit. Russell in fourth. Max, what a drive from Max. I mean, he was, up 10 places in 10 laps, wasn't he? And then finished in P5 in the end, starting from the back of the grid, from P20 with us in the both in the pit lane. Albon gets a good result for Williams in 6th place. 7th for Ocon, 8th for Sainz. So a really good day for Williams. Antonelli down in 9th and Hadjar in 10th. Both of them with very, very sick cars at the end of the race, but they did somehow both manage to get in the points. Thanks to that late pit stop from Gabriel Bortoleto. Then it was Hulkenberg in 11th, last man on the lead lap. Ollie Behrman ended up back up into 12th in the end after having dropped way down the order early in the Grand Prix. Not quite sure why his pace suddenly fell away and then came back again, but not the best of races, but a good recovery drive. Colapinto down 9 places, finishing 13th, Bortoleto 14th. Hamilton suffering damage after that first lap punt from Kimi Antonelli. Ended up dropping like a stone all the way through from corner 1 of the first lap. Ended up down in 15th place. 16th for Lawson. Alonso in 17th place. Ricciardo 18th. Both drivers up 4 places, both starting in the pit lane. Then it was the 2 Cadillacs of Bottas and Perez, with Gasly and Lindblad finishing 21st and 22nd. So, in the driver's standings, George stays top. But the gap is getting a little bit smaller. Leclerc moves up into 2nd place. He's 104 points behind now. Antonelli has lost an extra 10 points to his teammate. So George's gap has actually gone up slightly. It was 100 points. Now it's 104, although it was 100 points over his teammate. Oscar moves above Norris by 1 point into 4th. I believe that's his first win of the season. Let's have a look. It was. So it's 7 wins so far for George, 1 for Leclerc, 2 for Antonelli, and then 1 for Oscar, 2 for Norris. No wins for Max or Lewis yet. Hadjar in 8th has only had the 1 podium, but he's only 5 points behind Hamilton, so not too far away. Ocon moves above Gasly into 9th. He's on 26 points now to Gasly's 24. Up to 22 points now for Albon, and Sainz also gaining some points. He's on 18. Behrman down 2 places as a result, as is Bortoleto. They're on 17 and 16 respectively. Then we have Franco Colapinto on 7. Lindblad has 4. Lawson and Hulkenberg both have 2. Alonso, the last one to have scored a point. That's that 1 point we got at Monaco. Perez ahead of Bottas, Ricciardo and Stroll. Into the constructors' standings, 480 points, but only 14 scored today for Mercedes. And big points for McLaren. They picked up 40 points. So the gap there has come down to 123. Still a big gap, but a few more results like that and things could change very quickly. Ferrari only getting 18 points themselves after problems for Hamilton again. So they're on 285. They're quite a way back. They're 72 points behind McLaren. Then it's Red Bull with 232. They picked up 11 this weekend. Haas on 43. Williams is 12 points, moved them above Alpine and just 3 behind Haas now. Getting a little tight in the fight for 5th. Alpine in 7th with 31 points. 18 points for Audi, 6 for RB, 1 for us, and Cadillac still the only team yet to score. In the pit stop challenge, we did get the fastest 2 stops. Very nice indeed. Then it was McLaren from Ferrari in 4th and 7th. RB getting 5th and 6th. Williams 7th, 8th for Alpine. And, 8th for Williams, 9th for Alpine. And Cadillac getting a point in 10th. Let's see what that's done to the standings. We do go back to the top of the grid by 5 points, moving ahead of McLaren and Ferrari. We're on 217, McLaren on 212, Ferrari on 193. RB move ahead of their sister team Red Bull with 174, 5 points ahead. No points at all for RB means they stay on 169. Cadillac continuing to chip away with the odd point here and there. Their pit crews have done very well so far this year. 102 points for them now. It's 86 for Alpine, 75 for Williams. Once again, another pointless weekend in the pit stops for Mercedes. 54 points still just for them. 29 points for Audi, and Haas still only just the 2 points. And there you see a terrible first stop for Alonso. What was it? A problem? Problem with the jacks, but a much better second stop. Fastest stop of the day for Ricciardo on his first stop, and a 2.6 on his second. Both drivers hit their targets. We'll get about 1 million, just under 992 and change. Could have earned more. We could have been a bit more aggressive with Ricciardo's options, but better safe than sorry. Some money better than no money. So let's head back to HQ. We've got a sponsor payment coming. We've got a vote on regulations coming. And some spare parts and new parts to build as well, ready for the next Grand Prix, which is Baku. All right, so we have our sponsor payment, 5.775 mil from our 5 duties that we performed for fulfillment. Let's see what we get. If there was, I think, if I remember rightly, we had something on the mandatories. No, we didn't. Again, I'm getting confused with our 2013 playthrough. Okay, it would have been nice to have a little bit more money than that, but we'll take what we get. I'm not going to say no to it. So 17 days until Baku. We're up to 6.8 mil in the bank. We are going to start building those 3 new designs that dropped just before. We've got a new rear wing coming in a few days as well. We've got those to build. We're going to have 4 new parts on the car for Baku. Not going to get massive improvement on the car, but it will be a little step forward. And hopefully it'll put us in a slightly better position to maybe challenge for a decent finish with both cars. Again, we'll see. Let's dive into the inbox before we do anything else. So, post-race data. Something has broken. We've got an exclamation point on our car here. A chassis has failed and the underfloor because we broke it. Hugh Bird has accepted our contract. Excellent. We can get him in right away. So bye-bye, Gary Gannon. Thank you for your service. You're no longer required. The F3 Championship has wrapped up at Monza as well. It was Matteo De Palo who got the win by just 8 points from Mattia Colnaghi, who I think was the driver that was recommended to us in the rumours. Let's have a look. Paddock rumours. Yeah, it was Mattia Colnaghi who was recommended to us. We got third. Tuca, the young Ferrari driver, finishing third. Only 5 points behind there as well. Oh, look at that. Taito, our boy, finishing in fourth. Not bad. Driving for... I'm not sure who he's driving for, actually, because it doesn't say. We'll have to check his profile. Ugo finishing fifth, ahead of Fion, Fred Slater, Alessandro, Enzo, Noah. Just looking to see if we've got any other drivers. Oh, yeah, there we go. Fernando Barrichello is joining us next season. He picked up just 3 points, but at least he got some points. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anyone else there. Okay, so let's sign Hugh Bird. 480,000. That is the brake cost. Plus signing bonus. And that is an instant transfer. So Hugh Bird is now in the team. And we've got 6 months. Maybe not 6 months. We've got 5 months to train him up. And try and get him a little bit better before Ollie Behrman joins us. And will be his driver next season. Let's take a look at the vote on financial changes. Looking to bring the cost cap back down. Yes, we will vote for that. Let's see if anyone else is willing to tighten the purse strings or if they're liking having a very, very big cost cap. Let's see what else. We're all done here. Let's get the sponsor plan sorted. We've got an energy drink advert cameo appearance for 1.3 mil. So that'll put us over 7 mil in 6 weeks' time. That's nice. Let's get Lance doing something to justify his obscene amount of money that he's getting. Let's send off 2 engineers. Anyone else that we can do? We could do the factory again. And maybe again. Still just short. Gonna need to do something else. Head of aero. Head of aero. Loud exhaust. Technical chief. So there's 3 different things for head of aero. And then we do not want to do the design center. Well, again, the head of aero again. So that's staff performance, staff performance, staff performance, staff performance, staff performance. Oh, that's both. That's head of aero and technical chief. And that's a video after each race. So yeah. Schools events. Sponsors. We'll make a film. Let's go with that one. Let's get a nice little overlap. Hopefully that means we won't have to do quite as much next period. So there we go. We are confirming our sponsor plan. All right. Let's start spending some money. First things first. We don't have any of the these on. Oh no, we do. We do. We have 1 underfloor left, so we can at least get that on the car. Just so that, there's no grumpiness there. Can't do it here, though. Route there. We're going to have to roll that back, all the way back, to a Mark 1. So we're going to have to build spare chassis, unfortunately, I think. So, into manufacturing. Let's have a look. We have got a new suspension, a Mark 4. Let's get 4 of those, because they're quite cheap at 300k each. And we've we've got a new underfloor. We don't have many of those. Let's build 3 to start with. And come back and see what the money situation looks like after that. Side pods. New side pods. Let's get 3 of those in as well. Down to 4 mil. It's going to be less now. Maybe 2.7 and 2.6. And we've got a rear wing to come in 3 days. I need another chassis. This isn't good. This is really not good. We're going to have to build a chassis. Just the one. And then we will have enough time to get 2 wings built. So we'll have 1 for each driver for Baku. And then we'll have to start building more chassis again. So we've got 2 mil in the bank. What are we working on at the moment? A rear wing and a side pod. What I wanted to squeeze down a bit. Let's take the weight off and see what happens. Get a little bit of extra speed, acceleration, straight rate effectiveness, high speed. Yeah, we're still going to lose a little bit of expertise on every area though, which we don't want. We've got to do it, I think. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. A little bit of extra speed. We need as much as we can get. And we need to keep the other mill for our wings. So, there we go. Rear wing designs complete, but we can't build them because we don't have any spots left. We've got tension already. I bet that's you. I bet it's you coming in and immediately kicking off with Danny Rick. Oh, I've got to sort his training as well, haven't I? I forgot about that. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it's Andrew and Fernando. Okay. Sorted. So, Hugh Bird. Training. Let's have a look. I want to do communication and composure. Those are the 2 stats I want to get boosted. So that'll be responsiveness. There we go. Advance to the regulation vote results. See what's happening with the budgets for the cost cap next year. We voted for, as did McLaren, Williams and Cadillac, and yeah, unsurprisingly, the teams have said, no, we like having the ability to spend lots of money, let's keep doing that. So that vote fails 7-4. No real shock with that one there. Scout results, or scouting lead has recommended Joshua Dirksen to us. We do actually have scouts back now, so let's see, he's out of contract at the end of next season, so yeah, we won't scout him yet, there's no point. Who was suggested to us? It was that Mattia Kolnagi. still got 2 years remaining on his. DePalo, he's still got a year left, does he? Yeah, out of contract next season. Uga's out of contract at the end of the year. Scout him as a potential young driver. Martinius Stenson, maybe. I want to have a look to see if there's any good old heads that we can bring in for something as well, for like teamwork and stuff. Oh, Danny Kvyat. I need to see what his stats look like. He might be something that's useful in the commercial state. Taylor Barnard, Dennis Hauger, Nick de Vries. We've got him on our McLaren team at the moment. Let's see if we can bring him in maybe to do some commercial work for us or something. Mick as well. Bobby Schwartzman, Felipe Drugovich. Yeah, let's not bring Felipe back. Let's let him roam free. Logan Sargent, K-Mag. And then we're up into everyone's got a job and going to be expensive as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Ollie Behrman coming. He looks like he's gone up a point already since we signed him. He was an 85 when we made an approach. He's an 86 now. That's good. That's very nice. We got him just before that rating point increase because that would have pushed his value up a bit. Let's check in with the board, see what they thought of Monza. Hopefully they're going to be delighted. No, they were happy. Yeah, we didn't have quite as good a result as we did in Zandvoort, did we? But 17th and 18th, still a pretty good result. Still nothing disastrous. We haven't had a single disappointed yet this season. So let's see if we can keep that streak going. Still on target for finishing in 10th. Constructors' target is next season and is pretty much unachievable. I think even with a really good bit of development at the beginning of next season, we're still not going to get anywhere near. So we'll see what we can do. That, I think, then, is pretty much all we can do. Let's advance time. Get that chassis done so that we can start building those wings. Get those on the car in time for Baku. Let's get 2 of them. Actually, no. The third one won't be ready until race day, so we're going to have to drop back to a different spec and break park fair if we do have a crash in quali anyway. So yeah, we'll just go. We'll just go with the 2, and then when those 2 are done, that'll give us a few days to get the next chassis started. Because it's going to be a while before we can get that new Mark IV chassis done. It's going to take 19 days to finish being designed and then 10 days each for them to be built. So yeah, a long way off yet. Having an extra chassis as a spare might be important. Let's see, actually, we're clear here. We just put a new one on here. So we might actually, if we're really lucky, as long as we don't get any damage, we might get away with not needing a spare. But I'd rather have one and not need it than need it and not have it. Because we don't have any previous lower spec parts to roll back to unless we go all the way back to a Mark I, and that's going to wipe out a huge amount of downforce and drag reduction of the car, which is already struggling anyway. So let's have a look at the September staff results. Once again, everybody really unhappy with the car. We do actually see Hugh joining up here. Wasn't sure if we would actually see him in that survey or not. But Matilda and Taito both have had a happy month. Taito finishing in what's it, 3rd or 4th in the F3 Championship, and both Taito and Matilda getting a run out at Spa, at Monza this weekend. Low stock on the rear wings, yes, well, we literally just started building them. This is the Mark IIIs that he's talking about, so that's now irrelevant anyway. There's the chassis. Our hospitality refurb is complete. Very nice. Got some scout reports to look at. Nick de Vries. Let's see. Stats aren't amazing, but that's not why I'm looking at him. Marketability only 60. A little disappointing. Let's take a look at Ugo. Ugo's going to be a promising young driver, maybe. He's got slightly better development rate. Marketability rate. I'm trying not to sneeze. Trying and failing not to sneeze. But he's got a very, very high development rate as well, which is excellent. Only 19 years old. Let's see. Can I compare him against one of my rookies? No. No, I can't. His stats do look all right. Need to work on his consistency, but his pace stats look good. His racecraft stats look good. I might make him a cheeky offer. See if we can get him on the cheap. He's had a contract at the end of the year, and he's very open to a negotiation as well. We want him as an affiliate. He's going to want more, isn't he? Yeah. How much more? What will a signing bonus do? Move the needle quite a bit. We offer him 200k, 650, and if we're going to do that, we'll put him on for 5 years. Let's see if he goes for that. Right. We've got one more drive to look at, haven't we? That was Danny Kvyat. Let's have a look. Stats aren't too bad. Oh, wow. Marketability. Yeah, that kind of figures. That kind of figures, being a Russian, that his marketability would be set that low. Yeah, so we're not going to sign Danny Kvyat. Let me take a look at my own drivers. Are we losing anybody at the end of the season? Jack has a year left. Stoffel's out of contract, and I don't think we've negotiated a new one with him. Yeah, we haven't offered him a new contract. Mari Boyer still has another year to go. Taito a year to go. Matilda a year to go. Stroll's out of contract at the end of the year, and we're kicking him out the door because he's on 10 million a year, and we'll be bringing Ricciardo back into the reserves next season. Could do with maybe somebody to help with car development next season. Let's have another little look. Maybe K-Mag might be a good shout. Oh, he's agreed to deal with Haas. Oh, he's getting back in the car. So K-Mag is replacing Ollie Behrman. Wow, I did not think that they would go back to K-Mag, but apparently they have. Okay. Don't tell me Logan Sargent's. He's not interested. Is he going somewhere? He is. He's going to RB. For car 1. Who's car 1? Is car 1 Lawson or is car 1 Lindblad? Car 1 is Lawson. We know Lawson's going to Audi on a 4-year deal. Because Bortoletto's coming back. So... if Bortoletto is coming to RB in car 2, where is Lindblad going? He's got a deal. Oh, he's going to Alpine on a 4-year deal. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, wow. Logan Sargent will be back on the grid. Did not see that one coming. Who else could we take a look at then? I really don't want to bring Felipe back to the team. He's only just escaped from the shit show that is Aston Martin. I don't want to bring him back again. Maybe Bobby Schwartzman. His marketability might be a bit better as well because he's technically racing under an Israeli license, even though he's Russian. We're going to have to scout him to find out, aren't we? All right, let's scout Bobby Schwartzman. And I don't really want to do anything with Mick because we've done stuff with Mick so many times. Taylor Barnard signed with somebody. Dennis Hauger has signed with somebody or has announced his retirement. He's announced his retirement. Okay. And Zane Maloney. Now we're getting to the young drivers. So I don't know, maybe Jack Aitken. Should be pretty cheap as well, Jack Aitken. Every time I see that image of Jack Aitken, I'm just going to pull that back up again. It just makes me think emo, especially with that kind of tight-lipped expression. It just makes me think of that meme of emo Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3. Yeah, every time I see that, it's the first thing that pops in my head. I don't want Pietro. He's still signed to Cadillac anyway. Again, don't really want a young driver. I want someone who's at the tail end of their career to come in and help do development work. And now we're getting down to a point where there isn't much point actually hiring anybody. So, okay, that's it. Okay, we've got Fernando Barrichello coming in next year as well. Can't forget that. That's another young driver. All right, let's advance to Baku and check out the state of our upgrades. Andy Stevenson goes up by rating points. Do I actually have any staff issues contract-wise? He's still contracted. Yeah, they've all got time left on their contracts. It's fine. There we go. The rear wings are done. Let's advance one more day. Baku's going to be hot. Ooh, that's a one-stop race. And it's a one-stop race where it'll be soft to medium, even for us with terrible tyre wear. And, we could maybe do all right if we don't cook the tyres. Maybe. Right, let's take a look at those upgrades, see what they've done. So we've got the Mark III chassis back on. Both drivers should be running the new wing. They are. One's about to break soon. Let's put the new rear wing on. Just going to do it on Alonso's car first so we can get that comparison. New side pod. There we go. New underfloor. This is our 4-part package. And a new suspension as well. All of these are pretty small improvements. Nothing really all that substantial, but together I'm hopeful they'll give us something. Let's see what it's done. Probably not that much. I'm probably going to be very disappointed here. So we gained 0.2 kilometers an hour. Not a huge amount, but every little helps when you've got a slow car. A tiny bit of acceleration. Straight mode improved by about 1.6%. Not great, but not bad. No, 1.5% even. A little bit of extra low speeds. A bit more on the medium speed. A bit more on the high speed. So, okay, we've made some gains there. We're now into the 4.5s, which is nice. Gained about a percentage point on dirty air. Tyre wear's gone up by just under 2%. Engine cooling's gone up by just under 2%. Yeah, like I said, not massive as a package. It's a pretty disappointing one, but you know, at least there's some slight improvement to the car. We're not staying completely stationary. Let's put those parts on Ricardo as well now. There we go. And last but not least, the suspension. Right, I'm so glad Lance is not in the car, because he would have destroyed them all before we even got there. Got to the Grand Prix. So, there we are. That's it for the end of tonight's race, tonight's stream. And the series this week will be back on Monday with our 2013 playthrough. For Monday and Tuesday, and then this series will return on Wednesday next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll be heading to Baku. It's a normal Grand Prix weekend, I believe, not a sprint. Yep, just a normal Grand Prix weekend. There are the current standings. Top 7 in both Drivers and Constructors Championships. We are not on either page. Nowhere near getting onto either page there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, why not consider hitting that subscribe button as well, and be sure to click on the bell for notifications of live streams. Speaking of which, we will be doing a live watch along, little watch party kind of thing on the channel tomorrow for the sprint and for main quali, and then again on Sunday for the Grand Prix. It'll just be me and my webcam, you know. So you'll get to stare at my ugly mug for a few hours on Saturday and Sunday in full screen. I'll have the Silverstone cap on because it's Silverstone. And I'll have the trophy available somewhere in shot as well. It's kind of lurking just over my shoulder there in the background. I'll bring that a bit closer as well. So yeah, I'll put some reminders up for those on the channel a little bit later tonight. Hopefully you'll be there for that. They're going to be completely ad-free once you're in. You might get an ad as it loads in, but once you're in, there won't be any ads. I won't be running any manual ads at all. And it'll just be me watching it and chatting with anybody who feels like they want to stop by and say hello and discuss what's happening as it's happening. So hopefully I'll see some of you this weekend. If not, fair enough. You know, just doing it for a bit of a change. And yeah, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. If not, then you know, as I say, we'll be back on Monday, 8 p.m. with our 2013 series. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.